Guys, welcome to another episode of LayerX Talks. It's great to already be back here since last week, and for sure, what's going to be a really interesting talk. So, without any further ado, I'm Carlos, head of marketing at LayerX. With me, as usual, is Agustin, social media and community manager. And today, we're going to discuss how to navigate the bounty landscape with our guest, Boris Polania, who works as developer relations at Aurora. So welcome, Boris.
Hey, yeah, hello. Thanks for having me. Um, I don't. You want me to introduce myself? You want to start, or you have to do more introductions?
No, we can start. Thanks also for accepting our invite. So I'd say we can start as usual with the basics as well. So what is Aurora and what is your role in the company?
Well, Aurora is a layer two. It's a protocol. It's a blockchain protocol. We are a layer two, right? We are a layer two on top of a near protocol. What this means is that the even though the transactions are taken and processed in our layer at the top layer, they are finalized, they are closed on the underlying protocol that is near. So the security, the gas, the all of that has to happen at the end in near protocol. That's what it means. So what I'm doing there is, I do the relationships. We I help in the effort and try to enroll more developers. Also, those developers that are already enrolled, we try to make their life easier, try to bring help them in either developing application in Aurora or try to help them understand what the benefits of launching in Aurora. So that's the general idea.
Great. Thank you so much for clearing that. So I think we can start with the questions. Before we do, just for those that are unaware or new, um, Bipro Network is a bounty platform from LayerX. And recently we closed the grant with Aurora for the development of the bounty network. So right now we just launched the Bounty Network. Is already live. You can go check it out on app.bpro.network. I'll actually ask our team members to just drop a link here in the space so you guys can check it out. So yeah, the first question would be, what is the main goal of Aurora's Bounty Network?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry, you got cut for a second.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was just asking, what is the main goal for Aurora's Bounty Network?
Well, this is this is a new program for us, especially for this new team or relatively new team of DevRel. So we're trying to find a way to we tried a couple of approaches in the past before I was in Aurora. So it weren't didn't advance a lot. They were successful, but we didn't reach a lot of people. So we wanted to create first a program that is sustainable over time, that developers interested on uh, improving the protocol or fixing bugs, they know that there will something will be a bounty for that available. So we expect this first above all to be something that is stay over time. That is everyone knows that Aurora has a bounty program. They just can go a B Pro and see what is there. That's the first main goal. The second one is I think as developers get involved in the insights of the protocol, they will understand better what is the benefits of developing in Aurora. And I think my previous experiences in bounty programs before Aurora, it's a good way to get involved. So we aim to have. We started. This is a first test. We started with a small batch of bounties. We expect to have the next batch soon. So we will keep enough there to get people interested in, and then at the same time learn and create better channels, the communication between engineering and technical teams and the developers outside. So that would be, the two main. And then, we are a protocol. We want to, we especially in crypto, the bounty programs are like a standard to do a way to do things here. So we wanted to have that out there too. So those are the three main objectives of having this with Aurora.
That's very cool. Probably we have developers here in the audience. So could you briefly explain the bounties already published? Very briefly, because there are like 6, right?
Yeah. I try to keep it brief. Yeah. So we basically have two 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 types of bounties right now. The main one is the working with the Aurora CLI, the the command line interface. This is even though is is a CLI that lets you interact with Aurora, is written in Rust. So we have several things that are pending there. Not there are The first batch is not very bug oriented. We just have improvements that we want to make. Like for example, we want to create a improve the documentation of the CLI. We want to create the test cases also for the CLI. Um, there is no right now. If you want to install the the CLI, it have to be the crate, the Rust crate. That get a little technical about that, but there's the libraries have to be installed directly from the GitHub, but this can be done easier from Crate.io, like a public repository of apps for Rust. So we want to create one crate in crates.io. Stuff like that. Then we have the near plugins. They are also Rust. That's a little more technical. It has a specific improvement that we want to do, and yeah, we are asking to. It's very technical, so I don't want to go into this, but we want the developers to improve the Rust code to use something improve the something called attributes in Rust. So they are very technical, even the documentation ones, because we expect the documentation to be for developers. So whoever is doing that documentation must understand what is happening, in a very good level, and then you should be able to write general documentation about it. The rest is directly, dealing with the Rust code. So these are improvement type of bounties, and we expect those bounties to be the very technical.
Great. Thank you so much for clearing that, Boris. And also, I see that you mentioned Rust already. But besides that, do you think there's any specific skill set or a tech stack that is particularly required to work on these bounties?
For these bounties specifically, it's mostly Rust. You have to be acquainted with Rust and the Rust development ecosystem. These are specific. The next generation will include Solidity and front end probably, but at this point, it's mostly Rust. What you need, the stack that you need for this.
Great. I have a question from the community. It was made by Moshi, one of our old members. He asked about why did you choose a Bipro network to launch a bounty network, and how is your experience dealing with the app?
Yeah. Well, Bipro is only cool people there. It's to be honest, it was chosen. I think this partnership between Bipro and Aurora was before I was here, but I think we have developed and worked together on deploying this, and the experience with them was has been the best. We, with everything, with every kind of integration, it has challenges. So my experience of working with them has been very, very nice. Always responsive, always ready to help. Even though we are in different time zones, so we are always, that's always an issue. But I always get the answers and a lot of help from the team, and I really appreciate that. So I don't know, to be honest, was what how this become a partnership, because it was before my time, but I'm sure that they make a good decision by by you working together, and I hope this relationship to expand into to better things. We definitely want to expand the bounties program. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, yes, of course. That's very cool to hear. So a shout out for our developer team as well.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely. Big shout out. Yeah.
what impact do you think that could have the bounty network in the Aurora ecosystem? And are you expecting that more projects inside Aurora can launch their own bounties as well?
Yeah, as you say, this has to is two different benefits. Well, you have benefits, but the two main benefits. The main benefits is that the developer community, get more involved in Aurora at the lower level, and also will create in- uh, a relationship on a specific type of developers that are more proficient, that are more technical, and more committed to the protocol. So this we see the benefit of this. Some of these developers becoming a community, a more stable community of developers, more involved. That's one. From us is that benefit, and from the partners, it will give the partners first the the knowing that we are reaching the community for improvements, and we have a close relationship with the community, and it should also open a channel for these partners when they want to either do. I eventually would like this to also come on a bug bounty program, right? So they will know that they have an additional tool when working with Aurora, when they want either to look for bugs or put bug bounties, or to improve the protocol or their product with Aurora. They have this tool, and they can post their own uh, bounties, and so that's a benefit, I think, they is for the partners. So they are definitely invited to talk to us. They don't need to talk to us to do it, but if they want to get some support or help from us and to how to jump into this program, they can come and help, and we can help them to get into this. So I think in summarizing, is it will let us create a community of developers that very involved on the protocol, and then for the partners, they know they have just another tool that they can, whatever they deploy in Aurora, they will have a way to get involved with the community, get better developers, to get committed developers.
Yeah, and speaking on the subject of support, one of the questions that we received as well was how can developers get support, and how can also they interact with or other developers per se.
Well, I will first uh, point you to the Discord. The Discord is there. It's a standard tool. So you can contact us there. You can contact our developers there. But we understand, Discord can be sometimes uh, challenging to connect to our developers. Then, in addition to that, we have a lot of very well involved and very nice groups in Telegram. They are regionally oriented, so you can find your 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 community or your region group and join. That will be the first step. Then we've been doing a lot of workshops. We're hosting a hackathon with the Aurora hackathon. You should check out the hackathon. It's a month long, 6 weeks long, and still time to join. It's early still, so you can join. And we for the hackathon in general in our day to day, we constantly host AMAs, workshops, and we will be hosting probably open hours, office hours for the hackathon. So if you want to get technical support on the development side, probably that's the best way. Probably a little better than Discord, right? Because the Discord is more for technical issues. But for this, if you need code, help with the code, with the stack, whatever, you can attend the workshops, the office hours. We are constantly, at least once a week, we are been the last few weeks, we've been doing some kind of AMA or workshop, whatever. So you can definitely ping me on Twitter, and if I can help, I will help. If I have enough people, I usually in the Spanish speaking community, I have enough people to do office hours. So I have done a couple in the past. So if I have enough people needing help, I just sit in my desk for 2 hours. Whoever wants to join, I answer questions or something. That's another way. So we're trying to reach out to developers and just ping us. And if the existing challenges are not enough for you, let us know and we find a way to help.
Yeah, that's actually great. So as you guys can see, no lack of support from Aurora, which is great. AMAs, workshops, works fantastic to help out the community and developers. And also just a quick mention that we also have on LayerX Discord channel, we have a sub channel for Aurora. So if you guys are already in our Discord, and if you need to ask anything, feel free to use that channel for the Aurora Bounty Network. And we can also help out or transfer you to our site.
I just want to make a little break to say to the listeners that the NFT proof of participation is already live in our Discord channel. So you can join to our Discord and follow simple steps that I will be pinning here in the space, and you can click it. And also you can take a look at the Aurora channel inside our Discord. Going with the next question, moving a bit from the Bounty Network and going more deeper inside the Aurora ecosystem, what are the main challenges that you are facing right now in terms of development? What are your plans?
I mean, we have different things, right? It's a blockchain protocol, so there are many areas that we are trying to improve, right? One challenge is from the technical sides. I think we is a lot of things that are small enough to not be critical, but big enough to be important and necessary, right? So we cannot keep some aspects should be documented. Some code, the code have to be improved. So that's why we created the bounty program initially from this side. So we want to, and that comes to the basic issue. We want more engagement from the developers, and we're giving money for this, right? So I assume it was obvious, but I mean, if you work on this and if you get the bounty, you will get money, and the size of the bounties is not as is decent. So we are giving the incentive to get developers that are committed and that want to jump into this and help us with this part. So that's been the main challenge. The main challenge from the bounty part to get the developers to say, okay, this is worth my time in terms of money, and I have the skills to do this, and whatever skills I don't have, I will work with the Aurora guys and we will figure it out. So that awareness is probably one of the biggest. It's not a technical issue, but it's a big challenge. From the technical side, what is in the bounties is definitely a things we want to get fixed soon. But we also have on the solidity part that it's hard to put into bounties, but we have a lot of tools out there that we need developers to jump into them and test them and give us help right? Trying to make it fail. That's something that we would like to see, developers testing the cloud, the silos, asking us questions, get involved. And part of it means, deploying smart contracts in the Aurora network, and not just the traditional ERC20, but push the envelope up a little and try to figure out. I've been doing. A couple of weeks I released an implementation on ERC 655, 6551, and I'm trying to keep doing that to get as many use cases on the code size and on the code perspective in the network. So if you want to push, the boundaries of the contracts, it's something that we definitely want to see on the network. And the good thing, we are giving you the tools. You can even, if you're on the hackathon, you can join the silo. You will get a zero gas section. You can do all the testing and in a mainnet environment and don't pay any gas. And in probably the way you can win a prize. So that's probably the biggest challenge on the technical side. Then there are other things that is more internally, but we are improving the speed of we're trying to make the bridge more efficient, faster. We are trying to the relayers are something that we have public relayers. So if we want better use cases for the external developers, how we can use the relayers. Yeah, in general, what we want is more involvement and better use cases on the products, technology, service we already have out, right?
Yeah, and I think the developer communities also can play a big role in this case. How do you think that these type of dev communities can also grow and help out to the success of the Aurora ecosystem?
Well, we'll be around. We are on in the big events, so we will be at an event close to you at some point. We are trying to get the community more involved in that. Come to us if you want to organize. Talk to us. That's one. There are the communities. There are communities really great. We have communities in Latin America. We have communities in Asia. We have communities in Africa. We have communities everywhere. So that's also a good way to get involved. So reach out to them, join the Telegram group. The Twitter space that did yesterday was a little, technically challenging for that, but it was a Twitter space that wasn't organized for us. So like the community organized it for us. So I just jump in, and so they are always organizing. And if you feel you want to organize, you can work with them, and we help you organize whatever you think you want to organize. If you want to, I'm especially myself, I really believe in workshops. So if you feel that you are part of a group, or people, or you yourself need more training, reach out to us, and we figure out when the next workshop we can organize, and we can help you. So get involved, reach out. And if you have some kind of, doubt or something you want to do and you know how to do it, you can reach to the community, you can reach to us directly, and we will make that into the next step so you can get more involved.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that's great support. And also from our end, if you guys have any doubts regarding how the Bounty Network works, or any more specific questions, also feel free to ask in our Discord or Telegram channel, and we'll be able to help you out in this journey. Another question, Boris, that we got from our community. I know that we probably went already over this in this talk, but if you want to add anything else, the question is, how can the Bounty Network contribute to the overall adoption of our tech stack?
Well, you have, day-to-day relationship with developers. You already know developers that, are, skilled enough and committed enough to deal with bounties. So if we can find a way to get those developers to know that we have a bounty program, that the challenges are interesting, the amounts is interesting. So yeah, if you can help us, spread the word, definitely, that's one thing. And then as we release more bounties, keep helping us on the technical side, and keep improving the platform so it's as easy to use as it's right now. And yeah, that's probably the best two things you can do for us right now.
Yeah, nice. It will be my next question, that do you have plans to launch more bounties, right? What we can
Yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah. We just launched this a couple of weeks ago, and I'm working on the next generation. I want it to be Solidity, so I'm trying to find the right. So I will soon. We are working on that, and hopefully we'll have some soon.
Great. Do you think that for developers or for the developer community, with Solidity, you will attract more developers?
Yeah, yeah, definitely the Solidity will have. But the thing is, since it's easier to get more developers, is in Solidity. Is we have more issues with the ones that are not a lot of developers. So that's the reason we put this into bounties. But we definitely will have some Solidity. But probably the best money or the best awards will come in the Rust always, because they will be more technically challenged. So we will keep that. If it's a Rust a bounty technically complex, probably the prices will be better. But I will try to put more in Solidity. I'm working on that.
And how do you promote the idea of the bounty network? It was a question from the community. Like, how do you engage with your new developers? With channels? What do you think?
As I just mentioned before, we have many Telegram challenge regionally based. We have a lot of them. We have the developers account in Twitter, the main account in Twitter, my account in Twitter. We have the Discord channel. So those are just entry points. If you cannot find the right channel for you, you ping me or ping any other of the referrals, and we will point you in the right direction. Just add me on Twitter, ping me, and I can definitely help. But if you join the Telegram groups, if you go to the website, aurora.dev, the community part, you will see all the information about all the communities. So you can join the Telegram groups, whatever you need to do. But if none of those communities fits what you need, ping us and we will find a way to. There are other kind of channels based on in the bridge or something like that. So there is always a channel that will be able to help you, and if it's not there, just ping to us, and we will find a way to help you.
Great. I just pinned it in the space. The Aurora developers account is Aurora Hacks. So if you want to take a look on it,
Yeah.
it will be nice. Well, Carlinhos, I don't have, I think, more questions. We already did the question from the community. Do you have another one? I think that we have a good time at Boris here.
Yeah, I think that's we have this one last question here, Volga, which is basically what can we expect from Aurora in the upcoming months, not just regarding the bounty network. You already shared that more bounties will be coming in, which is super exciting. But besides that, from the Aurora ecosystem, what plans do you have for the foreseeable future?
First, the code hackathon that's happening. The challenges are really really cool. The prizes are really cool. So join the hackathon. It started on May 30. It's the submission date is June 25. So you're still in time to do it. We will be in ITCC, will be in Paris, and then there is near the near conference in Portugal. So keep an eye on the accounts. We'll always be attending the events. You can always reach out to us. And again, we will be still having workshops, AMAs, office hours, whatever is needed. We will keep hosting regularly on remotely. So you can also keep an eye on the channel on the Twitter, and you will get information there. So those are the three main things. We attend the events. We have the hackathon, the Encode Hackathon. If you, I mean, you can go to our website or you can just search Encode Aurora Hackathon. You will get the first hit will be us. And we will have the online, support workshops, AMAs, etc.
Great. So thank you so much, Boris. I think we can wrap it up. Thank you once again for joining us today and for the great talk. I think it enlightened the plans for Aurora and also for the Bounty Network. And obviously, we'll be around to see the Bounty Network grow with more bounties, more developers joining in. So this is just the first step. And also, huge shout out to everyone that joined us today, to our community as well. I hope you had a great time, guys. So yeah, make sure to check out the available bounties. The links are here in the comments. And also don't forget to head over to our Discord to mint your NFT. And I think, yeah, that's it from my end. Any final comments that you wish to make, Boris and Agustin?
No, I mean, thanks for coming. There's a lot of people here. Reach out to us.
Yeah.
Knock our doors. We'll help you. We will love to see you doing bounties in the hackathon or in the workshop, whatever. Just knock the door. Reach out. We'll be there.
Yeah, from my end, I want to say thank you to the audience. I appreciate to have Boris here, to have the Aurora team working with us. So yeah, let's see you in the next episode.
All right, guys, let's head over. Take care, my friends, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Same. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.